And rhythm and soca. And I'm ready for the rum, ready for the rum, ready for the rum, ready for the action. Come! Boy, yo, 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 yo. Boy, yo, 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 yo. Boy, yo, 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 yo. This setting spirit of me feeling good. Boy, yo, 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 yo. Boy, yo, 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 yo. Boy, yo, 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 yo. Boy, yo, yo. I have a line in spirit.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
I really hope everybody get ready to take on the day.
Boy, I know, right? I know, right? Those of us in Vinci, yeah, we do. But I know that internationally, well, it's Carnival Monday in Trinidad. Yeah, there we go. All right. So it's Carnival Monday in Trinidad and Tobago. So they outside spraying. And it's also a holiday in Canada and in the US as well. Mm-hmm. Today's President's Day in the US and I think Family Day in Canada.
So you know we're hearing from Nicole today. Carnival Monday.
Yeah, she said she would try to join us.
Actually, it's Juve this morning.
It's Juve this morning. Yeah, so people outside, certain parts of the world, people outside, and certain parts people in their home probably just enjoying whatever the day is going to bring. So yeah, good morning, everyone. We are back with you for another day. It's Monday morning in blessed, sweet SVG. All right, so that everybody is going to do fine.
What's happening over the weekend?
People seem to have enjoyed themselves Saturday night in particular. I saw a lot of clips from an event that happened Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
So I keep wondering about that event. If you've just broken up with somebody, you know, you're sad and your heart broken, would you go to that event? Because I don't know, it's all them R&B songs is like real Tabanka tunes, boy. It can be hitting your heart, but it seems to be an event.
That's an event that you have to walk with a significant other.
Yeah, I feel so. Or if you have like a group of really good friends, like female, well, in my case, like female friends, you know, you go and you enjoy and just do karaoke. You can't
really just go by yourself like that.
Yeah, but people seem to enjoy it though. People really do seem to enjoy it. I always hear people say
it's a show a lot of ladies attend though.
Yeah.
A lot of ladies attend that show.
Well, I suppose where a lot of ladies attend, men would also follow. Not so that's not how it does go.
It always seems to me that a lot of men go. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I keep saying one of these days I need to attend, but I don't know how I feel about all this love music playing. Boy, I know. I could have that side of me, yes, but not so much for a couple of hours. Nah, I don't know. But maybe I need to go and experience it for myself before so I could form a proper opinion. But yeah.
On a sad note though, Friday, boy, we saw some videos circulating Friday.
Yeah.
You know, with fighting in very popular restaurant. That was sad though.
It was sad. So we do have some videos to show. So we're going to talk on eruption of youth violence that happened last Saturday and has the TnT gang culture spilled over to SVG. All right. So for those of you who are in a position to jump on the live, as we have a few videos to show. All right. To show exactly what Maka is talking about. There's no audio. All right. So we see some group of young men in the establishment. We could it says it's KFC, and they are one person walked in and he started to slap another boy, and then okay. Let me do it just a second. All right, there we go. So yes, so that was a fighting that took place inside of KFC. Then there was another incident at Massey Car Park, Stony Ground. But I shouldn't say Massey, Russell Shopping Center Car Park. All right. So this is another incident that we see happening here. Yeah, so one boy is being led away by others. And then there was another situation on Friday night around the Victoria Park area, right? I was trying to figure out why it is that there was so many young persons, or persons coming from that vicinity, but I was told that one of the schools had sports around park on Fridays. So that's the reason for seeing a lot of these, would be young people. I believe it's young people, majority of them being young people there on Friday. So
you see that you see that video with all those boys fighting in the restaurant. I think the police should lock up everybody.
Yeah,
every single body who was fighting in that restaurant. Send a message out.
Well, I do agree with sending the message, right? But I suppose sometimes for me, all right. So given that I heard one of the reasons why some young people were in town on that time was because
of the
a particular school having sports. But there are times, even on other occasions, no activity is happening in town. There is no, let's just not end the school term so you could understand, school children arriving a little later, etc. I've always had this question: whose homes are these children going back to, right? Because for me, as an adult, or as a parent, or as a guardian, I cannot see my young child or my child, even if they're teenage age, being outside as late as some of these children are.
Coming homes at that hour.
Right. And I always question, whose homes are they going back to? So sometimes when we talk about this whole situation of, so you're saying that the police should arrest them or lock them up, or send a message.
Everybody.
And I can understand that. But you see, when we always have this conversation about things starting in the home, it's in situations like this as well, right?
We have to send a message out. You can't expect to go in people's business space like that and be fighting, petting bottles.
And I know that many persons were there asking, where the security, where the security? Interestingly, the first video that I saw, I did not see the angle of the security being in the video. But then I saw where the security was.
The security was there, like, he just waiting for the time to go home.
Well, but I could also understand him not stepping in, because I know that persons were asking, where's the security? Where's the security? But I can understand in the context of this, where, fight breakout is several young boys, right? He may not know if one of them might be carrying a weapon, and if he goes and tries to part or whatever, he could be inflicted. Right. Let's say one of them did have a weapon, so.
But another thing the security could have done is lock the door and call the police.
Oh, that's
I mean, it's ticklish, but
yeah, it's ticklish, because I don't know if one of them might have looked to try to break the window or damage the actual property inside. If they mean that they don't want to be detained in that way, then
they will have been in more serious trouble.
Yeah, it's a group of them, and when they come together, it's a kind of like mob mentality in terms of all of them.
I think the police need to be present at these massive stores. Let me take that back. Not massive store, massive car park, especially the one in Stony Ground.
Well, what I note from the release from KFC, I read it on St. Vincent Times, I'm not sure if it's in the actual release from KFC, is that there would be more police presence around the vicinity of KFC, like doing patrols and so forth, so to ensure that this doesn't happen again.
Massive car park. There's where a lot of youngsters gathered on a Friday evening.
Yeah, but
this is not the first time I saw fighting at Massey car park. They always have fighting at Massey car park, even on a Friday especially. So they need to have police present there on a Friday.
Yeah. Well, we note that the Minister of National Security last week in Parliament, he made mention of the 6-7 gangs being active in schools across SVG. So I'm reading part of this from St. Vincent Times. So St. Vincent Minister of National Security Sinclair Leacock described the presence of gangs within the education system caught as a national crisis. Drawing from reports provided by the Police High Command and school administrators, he suggested several troubling realities and proposed solutions regarding gangs in schools. All right, so Leacock revealed that gang activity is not limited to older students, while 6-7 gangs are active in community college and secondary schools. He was also informed by principals that gangs have infiltrated primary schools as well. All right. Now, for maybe some of the older folks who don't know what 6-7 gang is about, I mean, I heard about them and so forth, but I never really paid that much attention. So for those of you who might want to know what the origin is, so 6-7 in the context of a Trinidad gang culture generally refers to the six or faction, a splinter group of the Rasta City gang. This group is known for its involvement in serious criminal activity, including violence, and is part of a broader rivalry between Rasta 7 and other factions in the country. Now, if you want to get more information, you could just go on YouTube because there are several videos or documentaries in relation to the origins of the gang and what part of it has to do with music, the Trinidad music that originated in Trinidad and Tobago. So you could probably just go on YouTube. For the older folks, people in general who may not know enough about this, there are some documentaries on YouTube that you can have a look at.
You know, I'm wondering if they arrest anybody for all these fighting that happened on Friday night.
Well, that's what the police is asking persons to come forward if you have videos and so forth. I suppose if you make out anybody, you inform the police, but our person's actually going to come forward and say anything.
That's
you know, it would take a lot. Now, I don't know how many of you, in relation to this whole 6-7 gang as well, have noticed, and I suppose I didn't pay attention to it, but even coming in here to work, I noticed on a wall in Clear Valley, 6 is written on the wall. There's also, when I leave here on WEFM, let's say I'm heading to Camden Park, there is also, I think, 6 written on the wall, on one of the walls along that route. I also noticed on a Saturday, I think it was, a video of somebody. They were driving by and they had some paint and they were painting over the 6, the graffiti of 6 on a wall. And what they were saying is that we don't need this here in SVG. And they were encouraging persons, wherever you see it, to paint over. And I think for me, the question is that with some of these young persons, let's say, yes, they've been involved in gang activity, they're choosing a side. Do they understand the origins of it? Do they understand what it means to be a 6 or 7 gang member, right? What exactly? So in Trinidad, maybe, you know, there is the origin. They could understand the origin. But when we take it up wholesale here in SVG, do these children understand what it means to be a part of this gang, or even understanding what 6-7 gang represents in Trinidad and Tobago? You know, so I think there needs to be some education. I believe the police definitely have to go into the schools and do some education. I also believe in using people as living examples. So let's say you have somebody who is involved in criminal activity who no longer is, and trying to ward these children off of going down this life of crime, potential crime, you know, going into the schools and having that messaging, right? I noticed also that it was mentioned something about a boot camp. But I know back in the day, for me, when you have disruptive children, they were sent to join the cadet force, right? So I don't know if that still happens, you know, but something has to be done. Vinci is not.
You think these young people want to join any cadet force?
No, I don't think it's. So let me say join. I don't mean voluntary. I mean that if you are disruptive, then you have to go, right? And this is where the parents come in very handy in that they have to ensure that their children go.
Somebody's saying put more patrol in the problematic areas. Where are the problematic areas?
So that's the thing. You could identify Russell's car park on a Friday, or even the one out at Annisville.
Somebody's telling me that they moved down to Randy's now.
Oh,
Randy's
serious?
have a wholesale next to the car park, so they moved down there now.
Yeah, but
police have to be present around these areas on a Friday.
I'm not doubting that. But I always believe in going into the schools, right? Starting there, and let's go into the schools. And it has to be a hand-in-hand approach with parents, the community, teachers, and the police, right?
I wish you luck with going into the school.
You don't think it'll be effective?
Boy, I don't think so.
No? Well, something has to be done, because Vinci is not known for youth violence in this way, right? In terms of a mob type of mentality, we're not used to seeing that. And
But this one with this fighting inside the restaurant, this has gone overboard.
Yeah.
I think this has gone overboard.
And it's gone overboard because you could be
because
a patron.
Me personal, I frightened out to go into Massey. I don't know what may happen next. Not Massey, correction, KFC.
You clout them up. As soon as they go in, you clout them up, right? All right, I'm joking around with that, but it has to be a hand-in-hand approach, and let's see what happens. But, children get caught up in things sometimes, and we as adults could preach till we weary. Many of them don't understand things until, well, unfortunately, something happens. But anyway, we're going to head on out of this segment. As the time here in SVG, it is 7:35, and it's time for us to bring to you today's traffic talk.
Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.